Since the dawn of time, the common man has been quite taken with figures in possession of a particular nobility or popularity. Whether it be famous statesmen, celebrities, or popular internet video stars, the average Joe is often enamored by the overall lifestyles of these figures. As such, we like to document the current whereabouts and goings-on of some past guests by looking into the life of Lord and Manor. Where are they now? Oh, hello. I am once again your humble host, Wilton Ainsforth Snootsbury III, of the Glaston Fiddlebury, Oxfordshire Manor. I'm simply ecstatic today to bring you along for an updated peek into the newest chapter of the life of one of our past notable guests. That's right, today we'll be revisiting famous YouTuber. Wait, just joshing around? Oh no, that's not right, that must be some mistake. I object! We're not having that charlatan on this show again. What's that? He's already here? Oh, goodness me.
Hi there.
And a good day to you, sir. Let me assure you there will be no funny business. I already have the bobbies all dialed up on my mobile. So don't try anything.
Well, I do apologize for last time, but I can assure you that if you refrain from being rude, there won't be a problem.
Righto. Well then, Mr. Joshin around, is it?
My
What's
name's
that?
Josh. You can just call me that.
Yes, well, Josh, as you say. I understand you are soon to be celebrating the first anniversary of your YouTube channel, is that right?
Yep, it's hard to believe, but I've been doing projects and videos now for a year. It's pretty crazy.
Indeed. Well, why don't you share with us what it is that got you to start a YouTube channel in the first place? And if you don't mind, we'll actually display some of your past works behind you.
Honestly, aside from a lot of encouragement from my wife and my friends to do it, I actually just had this really strong desire to make things. I know that's a pretty generic sentiment, but I really wanted to build, paint, customize, or repurpose things that could be at times unique or beautiful, or other times practical or more broadly appealing. And I wanted to do it in a way that was both informative and entertaining to whoever watched it.
And after doing these things for the past year, what are your thoughts or opinions? What have you learned?
Above all, this has been a wonderful creative outlet for me. I had opportunities to make or remake things that I was pretty much just able to imagine before. And I've challenged myself and still continue to challenge myself to just learn new things and adapt and just try to get better every time. I've had some positive and some negative criticism over this past year, but it's all been good because it's helped me to grow and improve. And I've definitely learned that every project takes a lot of time. When I first started last year, I was trying to get at least one, if not two projects done every week. Partially because I was just so excited for it, but also because I have so many ideas that I want to get out there. What I lost sight of, unfortunately, is that was affecting other things like family time. So, while I still do have plenty of ideas, I've slowed my project pace down a bit to try to find a better balance.
Are there any projects or parts thereof that you find to be particularly boring or mundane? And if so, what do you do to spice them up?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Pretty much every woodworking project has a lot of sanding involved, so those parts are definitely mundane. And some projects are just very straightforward and simple, while other projects are kind of repetitive, like how many times can you watch me repaint and weather a space gun or action figures, you know? So yeah, I definitely try to find different ways to make it more entertaining, whether it's just putting myself into like a movie or a video game, or some silly rambling narration that has nothing to do with the project I'm working on, or making up some quirky, kooky characters that may or may not be an inherent part of my subconscious. Or it's just making some random joke about how much I hate The Last Jedi. Because it sucks. I like to try to find different ways to make people laugh because I think I've been graced with a good, although admittedly very weird, sense of humor. Which, granted, sometimes doesn't translate well for some people who watch. But ever since I was little, I've always enjoyed making people laugh. Even when I was a little kid, I used to bang my head on the floor just to make my cousins laugh. And that probably explains a lot about why I am the way I am today. But yeah, I like making people laugh. And now, honestly, it's mostly my kids who are my best and sometimes harshest critics. And my wife who, while being supportive, always gives me her honest opinion. But if I can make them all laugh, then it's good enough for me.
I'm quite curious. Why the name? Just joshing around.
Well, actually, at first, I couldn't really think of a good name. I had a couple like the Ginger Jedi, just because I have like reddish hair and I like Star Wars. Another one was kind of generic. It was Josh's Custom Corner. But then my best friend Mike suggested just joshing around, kind of just like as a play on my name. And I liked it, but I wasn't quite sure yet. Then I thought about it and all the things I'd be wanting to do. Like, I'm not going to only do woodworking, and I'm not going to only repaint toys. I do a loose variety of things. Like, sometimes I might not even work on a project. I just dress up and do some stupid, silly skit. So I really am just joshing around. The name was perfect.
Yes, quite so. Do you have a lot of projects planned for the next year?
Oh yeah. I've got a ton of projects lined up. A lot of my own ideas, and I have a bunch of requests as well. So I'm gonna be plenty busy. I just gotta try to find the time to work on it all.
Is there anything that you would like to say to your subscribers, perhaps, or anyone watching right now?
Yeah, definitely. To anyone who has watched, liked, commented, subscribed, followed, any of those things, I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. Just the fact that you can take some time out of your busy day just to watch some of my silly stuff, I appreciate it. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And I'm really excited to show you what I've got in store for this next year too.
Well, I dare say that was quite touching, my good man. Well done, sir.
Well, thanks. I meant it. I really did.
That looks like all the time we have for this episode. I am once again your humble host, Wilton Eggsforth Snootsberry III, saying thank you for joining us, and be sure to tune in next week for another rousing presentation when we look into the life of Lord and Manor.